Bible clearly teaches from the moment of Adam's fall that the serpent or Satan or the devil or Lucifer or whatever you prefer to refer to him as has incessantly sought to establish a one world government that would be led by one world leader. The one world government has always been the ultimate goal of the United Nations from its very inception, as was expressed by the first director of the UN's World Health Organization, a gentleman by the name of Brock Chisholm, who was famous within the medical and psychiatric world. He made the statement very clearly. He said, to achieve world government, it is necessary to remove from the minds of men their individualism, loyalty to family and traditions, national patriotism, and religious dogmas. Interesting. He goes on to describe those religious dogmas as he said, the only psychological force capable of producing these perversions, to create these perversions of loyalty and family and patriotism and religion, these perversions, the only thing that can create those things is morality. The concept of right and wrong. The eradication of the concept of right and wrong is the objective. Now, you wonder why we have moved into an era where increasingly people say there is no right or wrong, there is no good or evil, there's no truth or falsehood. There are no absolutes, and there is no absolute God to enforce absolute morality. If you think it's right, then it's right for you. Where does that come from? Well, it comes from a lot of different strains, but it's been heavily promoted within academic institutions, within schools, within our children, to create this idea that we can release and let go of the kind of things that usually bind people together, particularly a love for your own country and a patriotic nationalism. But the question that many of us have is how in the world could they possibly persuade people to accept such a radical restructuring of the world? And the answer is fear. Remember that same famous statement by Rahm Emanuel, President Obama's chief of staff? He says, "You never let a serious crisis go to waste." And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things you think you could not do before. In fact, author Paul McGuire put it this way: the only thing they are lacking right now is a sufficient crisis big enough to win enthusiastic public support in America and other nations in the world for the fulfillment of global government. Well, Henry Kissinger said the same thing back in 1991 in a message that he delivered to the Bilderberger Group. He said, today America would be outraged if UN troops entered Los Angeles to restore order. Tomorrow they will be grateful. The one thing every man fears is the unknown, and when presented with this scenario, individual rights will be willingly relinquished for the guarantee of their well-being granted to them by the world government. Because there's a group that gets little press. We talked about the Council on Foreign Relationships, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberger Group last week. There's one other group out there called the Club of Rome. And like those other three, the founder of the Club of Rome is David Rockefeller. In fact, it was established on his estate in Italy. I don't know what he's doing with so much private property. But anyway, but they describe themselves as a group of world citizens sharing a common concern for the future of humanity. They published a report in 1981 titled The First Global Revolution. And this is what they write. In searching for a new enemy to unite, the common enemy of humanity is man. We're the problem. In searching for a new enemy to unite us, we came up with the idea that pollution, the threat of global warming, water shortages, famine, and the like would fit the bill.